Hi, I'm Brian Comer with the law firm of Tobias McCormick and Comer. One of the main questions that we get from people who come in for the very first time is how things work in terms of medical bills. You know, if somebody's been in a car wreck or injured by a defective product, oftentimes the medical bills can be quite high. And I want to take a minute and explain how that process works. If you have been injured and you have private health insurance, that private health insurance, if it's accepted by the provider, whether it be a hospital, a doctor's office, a primary care doctor, or a specialist, or even an urgent care, then typically a private health insurance company is considered primary and will pay the bill in full, less any kind of copayment or deductible. And oftentimes, a private health insurance company will have some kind of a contract in place with the provider so that they'll pay a percentage of the full bill, and then once the deductible is met or the copayment is made, then the bill is satisfied in full. And sometimes that can be 40%, 40 cents on the dollar, sometimes even less than that. In addition to private health insurance, if you've been in an automobile wreck, there is a coverage known as medical payments coverage. And so if you've purchased that coverage through your carrier, and it typically exists on most policies, then it also provides additional coverage up to the policy limits despite who is at fault. So even if you caused a wreck, but if you were injured, then the medical payments coverage is there. And that's to help reimburse you for things like your co-payments, your deductibles, or if there's some out-of-network charge that you had to pay out of pocket. In addition to that, there could be additional insurance that's available if your injury was caused by someone else. And that's known as liability insurance. And Alabama requires drivers to carry liability insurance at a minimum of $25,000 per car. And so that's to provide coverage if you cause a personal injury to someone else. And so that's an additional policy that could be available. But even if you were injured another way, say not a car wreck, but instead you were injured at somebody's premises from an unreasonably dangerous or defective condition, or if a dangerous product causes you injury, there is additional liability insurance coverage that can be there to help compensate you for your injury. Now, one troubling thing that we've seen are companies that are hired by some local healthcare providers that are trying to maximize the recovery for the healthcare provider, whether it be for an emergency room visit, whether it be for a doctor's visit. If these companies like Rev Claims, and there are others that we've seen, if they find out that you were injured by someone else, they try to go around the private health insurance to receive not a reduced amount of the bill, but the full bill. And we've even seen practices out there where they'll file a hospital lien and send you the notice of a lien, where say you've been to the ER for a broken arm as a result of being in a car wreck, or a more serious injury from say a defective product. And the lien oftentimes scares our clients. Understand what the lien's there for, why a lien's in place, or they'll ask, I have insurance, how come I have a lien that's been filed? And that's why it's really important to obtain representation from a lawyer who knows how to navigate this process at an early stage. The lawyers at Tobias McCormick and Comer, we have over a combined 65 years of experience helping people who've been hurt by someone else's negligence or wanton conduct. We understand how to circumvent, how to bypass companies who are attempting to sidestep your health insurance, to make sure that that is followed properly, and that we maximize the recovery for our clients. And it's really important to retain somebody who does know how to operate in that area, how to navigate that field. We're real people who help real people. Anytime you have a question, whether it be from one of these billing practices or if you've been injured by someone else, pick up the phone, call us 251-432-5001 for a no cost consultation. There's never any fee unless we have a recovery for you.